Well, 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 welcome to the Architects of Fate streaming extravaganza. That's right, you've found the self-proclaimed original Twitch TTRPG stream that lets you shake up our world. Now pay attention, because this is how it works. If you'd like to add some loops to this roller coaster ride of a show, you're gonna need fate chips. Now these magical loyalty points can be earned just by watching, following, hosting, subscribing, or just engaging with us in the chat. It's like free money, people. With your fate chips, you can use your powers as an architect to heal your favorite players, summon items that will make their adventure a lot easier, or a lot harder. You can even make players say or sing outrageously silly things. Think of those possibilities. But wait, there is more. You can also toss our unsuspecting heroes into random encounters that will leave them sweating, strategizing, and questioning their life choices. All it takes is a quick redeem command in the chat. You choose the item or action and the player you want to mess with, and we'll take it from there. So sit back, relax, and prepare yourselves for a mind-blowing spectacle of storytelling and mayhem. We've got adventure, we've got drama, and more surprises than a clown car at a kid's birthday party. So let's go!
Players, since before your sun burned hot in space and before your race was born, I have awaited some players.
Hey, welcome all you Architects of Fate. Tonight we are going to be playing up. Is everything okay? I don't know. I've got Drew's waving me off like I'm a nut job.
Oh, I was waving to the crowd.
Oh. Okay, let's that was my smoothest takeoff yet.
Wow.
Oh man.
The people, the viewers.
Like, the viewer
We're here.
Is what was it? Who's here? I'm feeling like I'm feeling like now I just have lost the thread. Go to Chitty Chat. All right. That is there. Players. Blah, 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 blah. Welcome, Architects of Fate. Tonight we are playing Star Trek Adventures, Bajor Rising, Season 2. And the episode name is Help Unbidden. And joining me tonight, we have a fantastic cast. We're down to the distilled essence of Bajor Rising. Kendrick can't make it here tonight. He sends his regrets. Life got in the way. But tonight, Nathaniel will be playing Lieutenant. Is it Brator now? You want to make any clever quips for me, sir?
No. I'm just going to sit back and listen to you mutilate my Klingon heritage, and also wait for the inevitable. You screw up the group's name, and we get. You get
fate chips. Yeah, you get chips for that. I'm going to institute something that we're also going to do. I'm going to tell you about it in a sec. Drew Neutral. Hey, welcome back, Commander Alex Morgan. You. Anything we need to know about Commander Morgan while he was making small talk with the first officer of the Odyssey?
Yeah, he tried telling a joke. He said, "Why did the Borg bring the ladder to the networking party?" They wanted to assimilate all the high-level connections.
Yeah, wow. I honestly like the idea that Alex doesn't have the ability to tell a joke at all. Would that be a thing?
I think hey, it's canon now.
The weirdest thing is, as a spy, that's devastating. Well, anyway, here we go. The first few hours, the USS Odyssey has found the team making small talk in the onboarding process, all recording log entries about what they hoped to happen now that they've left most of Bajor's horrors behind them and are moving forward with their careers, but still staying in the sector on board the Odyssey. And whilst going back to the quarters, Commander Nolan and Bajor both witnessed a strange Bajoran ritual happening. So what I wanted to do was, the fun part would be having the strange ritual occur. But I like the idea better of sticking with a commander making small talk. Because why have an active, exciting scene when we can make small talk?
I started off so well.
Yes. Marcus Grant went back with the Doctor. And Jaxel Torin and Alara Thorne is the first officer. And I have to pull up their character sheets because they, believe it or not, have been statted.
He kind of
new
Morgan in his small talk, he's just talking back and forth. He says, "So if you were a Starfleet captain, what would be your ship's catchphrase every time it warped into a new system?"
Oh God, I think Ella his phrase is "Honey, I'm home." And then I think Jaxel's phrase is "Here's Johnny."
See, I was going to go with "Here's Johnny." Yeah.
Oh, you were going to go with "Here's Johnny"?
Yeah.
I think that you and Jaxel will hit it off very well. I think he's your new best friend, actually. Let me forgive me for just a minute while I find JAX. EL. Command crew of the USS Odyssey. Forgive me for just a second while I bring him up. Lieutenant Commander Jaxel Torin is a human male. After completing study of the Academy, he was assigned to USS Odyssey. He was the Academy instructor of Bajor. And also what I did was he is the chief engineer of the ship. Also, believe it or not, I instantly decided to assign him colleague status from the Academy. So, Commander Morgan, you and Jaxel actually know each other from your time as instructors at the Academy.
Great.
And you get to make up whatever facts you want about them. I don't know if you and Bajor were at the Academy together. I don't remember if we did that or not. If we did that trope. Nathaniel has indicated I abuse that trope. And so it's blissful that we don't necessarily do it. I like catching you with your mouth full too. It's like you managed to like speed run through your city to get here, and then you have to eat, and I'm catching you, man. Sorry.
Yeah, somehow I get transferred onto the ship where I know every bloody person on the command crew because they happen to be my instructors. Who would have seen that coming?
Yeah, I like that. Oh man, you could. I want to find some cool way. No, I want to find some way to have a mechanism where you've learned something. So, it's like you've learned something since the Academy. So anytime you succeed in a role which you think would have been rough during the Academy, anytime you succeed in the role, you can just declare this like once a session. You can just say, I've learned a few things, and you gain an extra point of momentum. So you can decide if you want to do an in-your-face thing. I don't think you need any encouragement for it, but
we'll see what happens.
But as an incentive, there is that is an option. Is there anyone else from? Is there anybody else like I'm stuck in here from the Academy? Nope.
Yeah, come on, bring all my instructors.
All the Academy instructors.
Bring in the commandant. I mean, hell, make the commandant the captain. What the hell?
He kind of. Never mind. In beta canon, anyway. Yeah, and you understand that Captain Kilo, things you know about him, a seasoned Starfleet officer who values diverse skills and backgrounds. Um, he has a strong bond with his first officer and relies on her diplomatic acumen quite often, as he is a bit rigid. He also respects the expertise of his science officer and security officer, and he's kind of formed a very good team around himself of very competent people. It is like one of the Galaxy class ships, so they're kind of the best of the best thing, and he does seem to enjoy that skill bit. Yeah, and right now they've been assigned to the Cardassian border, where they're not too long after a war, and also are dealing with Maquis. And actually, Thorne talks about Maquis being an issue starting to come up, and trying to keep the Cardassians and the Maquis, the groups, from popping off at each other. So she knows that that's a thing, and also freaking Cardassian smugglers is obviously a thing too. Being that they're really close to Bajor, they're patrolling right up next to the line on this whole mess, and she expresses frustration. She's just we're just standing here and sitting on our hands. We're running scans of Nebula. We're making reports, and I just don't see any way this is going to get any better. That kind of thing. And she's and I think it's good that you and your team, you and the new transfers might have a little bit more of a hands-on approach to some of the things that we can't necessarily deal with.
Well, that's what we're here for.
Yep. So is there anything you wanted to talk with Jaxel or anybody about, or swap embarrassing war stories?
I mean, Jackson, you know why us Starfleet officers don't play hide and seek? Good luck
He
hiding
already puts
when
his head in his hand.
Good luck hiding when the ship's computer knows your every move.
Yeah,
that was a good one, huh? I'm getting better.
Yeah,
I'm getting better, right?
He says, I've got an intermix chamber to overhaul. I'll see you later. I'll turn in before I turn in.
All right, next time.
And then you hear a bit of an alert. Let me see. I don't know if you've got any special effects, Nathaniel. If you've got any special effects, you can bring them out, but probably not.
Why I'm sitting so close to my camera tonight?
Fill that screen with your face. Hopefully, you can hear that.
That works.
That works. And what I'm going to do is cut back to a corridor. I think you guys didn't go into the room. You opened the door. And I think you went back to your quarters. Oh, I thought you went back to your quarters in case something interesting happened.
At first, yes.
Which I love.
I put the container back into my room, but then we heard some sort of screaming coming from one of our neighbors, and then we proceeded to the door. The door wouldn't open, so I contacted security to ask for medical emergency and security override.
Yep, and I believe that both of them, at least, I think both of them managed to work.
Security was dispatched and medical was dispatched. I was allowed to use security override to get into the room to assess.
Yep. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to format something. This may look a little wiggy for a second. I'm going to recolor. I'm going to see if I can recolor. Oh, we're going to do some weirdy stuff here. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Bring down the opacity. Fair. I think that feels vaguely costumogeny enough.
That works.
Yeah, to eat that, roll 20. Okay, so you see Lieutenant Reltok, whom you all had kind of interacted with a little bit. You see him. He is in the room. He's kind of like a little bit levitated. His little feet off the floor, about a foot. And he's holding a what looks to be a heavy book. There's no heat coming off of him, but he seems to be covered in fire or flame. There is no heat. There's no warning system going on that there's combustion going on or anything like that from the ship. And he's got some classically glowing eyes.
Okay.
And Drew, would you please roll a 1d6 for me?
Let's go purple.
Okay. No, that's not a number. What? You rolled a one? All right. That indicates that you're probably gonna arrive almost immediately. That was your hey, how far away are we? So you just rolled your eyes and went, wait, that's where my crew is billeted, or that's where my team is billeted. Oh God. Let me see. So, he's glowing and he's yelling Costamogen, and now is the time to take back what is ours. Kind of freaky voice guy. I'm not going to do a voice yet because I don't have any idea what would be good for him.
It's fine.
I won't do baby.
Imagination.
I think we used to get by on that, didn't we? So anyway, the initiative is yours and McLaren's, and you can. I don't think you'd be upset if you took control or used skills for him. Yeah, I know. I like the idea of throw him in the bear.
We know who the cannon fodder is.
Mm-hmm. So as soon as I see this, both sides of my heritage is kicking in. I'm doing a quick assessment. Instantly pull out a tricorder and start scanning.
Okay. What you're going to look at is probably. Let's go with. Where's my? Oh man, I really dislike not having all my stuff at my fingertips. Let's go with insight and. You look at if this is a security problem or a science problem.
Science more.
Sciencey? Okay.
Yeah.
You're gonna so basically you're looking at science and insight.
Okay. And can I use my focus in investigative techniques?
Sure. We'll use that for right now. Get you going.
It is technically what I'm doing because I am trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
So,
did you want to buy any buy any dice or anything, or?
No, I'm just my focus allows me my discipline.
Yes. So your science skill is your lower number.
Okay, so I got 2 successes.
All right. You do scan. There is, obviously, there's no. Interestingly enough, the radiation, whatever the effect is not registering in the standard science scan.
Okay.
And I'll give you a couple more things, and this will all be for 1 point, and you have a spare point for an additional question. Okay. So I'm going to give you your base dump here. There's no, technically there's nothing going on here in the standard scan. The heat, there's no heat. The book scans as normal. He scans as having elevated, elevated heart rate. He's really up there. He's getting cranked, and seems to be he's just really, really amped up, like a 5 can of Red Bull kind of day. So that was what you got from your initial general scan. And if you've got any deeper questions that you would have thought, oh, I'm going to adjust my tricorder or anything like that, you can kind of use your 1 point to retcon and say, I was clever when I made this scan, however.
My question would be, is there is a way to detect if there is more than one like life function, like I know there are
pattern kind of thingy.
Yeah, in a sense.
Yeah, that's your second spend. That's your, you decided to look for overlaid, which is not something that's normal. You look for overlaid brain patterns. You do see two distinct life forms. One that you do recognize as Bajoran from alpha waves. The alpha wave and the oscillation on the delta frequencies are fine. But again, mental activity, all of them are off the charts for being just cranked up. And then there's another pattern that you do not recognize from anything. Nothing in your experience to date looks like it matches, but you get your sense it's your standard possession.
Okay.
This is Star Trek. It's like this is not a shock to any. It should not come as a shock to anybody. Plus, you've also had orb experiences, so.
Yeah, that's kind of not something I want to revisit, but so that was my action. So I would assume McLaren goes next, or is it still?
Yeah, if you want to retain the initiative and have McLaren do something, that would be great. Otherwise, it would be Reltalk and whatever they are turn.
Okay, so yeah.
I was thinking I could actually have McLaren. I've got something I want McLaren to try.
I will hold my action until after McLaren's done.
Okay.
I have a plan.
You have a plan?
Yeah.
I like hearing that.
I actually figured out a plan after we logged out of the last episode. So I'm like, yeah, let's just see what McLaren does first before I act.
I should literally never give you guys a heads up as to what's coming, because then it's 2 weeks of just scheming.
Oh please! I have like 6 different things I could have done.
I have no joy for this. Or I shouldn't say I have no joy. It's like I just deserve it. McLaren is going to be kind of empathetic, and because I believe McLaren talked to Reltalk and is seeing he's in distress. He just recognizes medically that he's in a bad way physically, and he tries to say, hey, whatever it is, we can help with, let us help you. There's something going on. Come with me. We're going to run some tests and see if we can help you. And I'm just going to do this because he's not here. Otherwise, I'd do it. Reltalk the Reltalk entity is going to say, you haven't helped before. Why should you help now? And then is just going to wing a snot fireball at McLaren and just kind of put him down. Is that Nathaniel? Is that okay for right now? Mostly, I want to stun him to have him out of the session. If that's okay. Is that okay? Okay. Because I know that otherwise otherwise you'd go and get, I know that you'd have a few ideas about what to do next. But I think he was a little far away for you to do a dive sacrifice or a shove. That's my thought. You're there, and it's like this thing just cruelly just whips out and lashes out in what we call anger, seething rage, and just floors McLaren.
Okay.
And now you go.
Pull out my phaser, set it to disintegrate, and shoot the book. I am not shooting Reltalk. I am shooting the book.
Oh, that's a good one.
I set my hand phaser, which as a good Starfleet officer, I do carry one with me since I was just transferred over.
I think you got one because you were transferred over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Set it to disintegrate, and shoot the book.
So what I'm going to do is That's going to be 2. You're going to need 2 successes. It's control and security, which I think are some of your better stats.
Better at engineering.
Oh, I thought control was good though, right? Your control is good.
Control's good.
Okay. I really don't want to. I don't want to give you guys stuff that you suck at. There's going to be stuff that you're not great at, but so control and security. You do need 2 successes to hit the book. I'm not going to up the level. It's an aim shot, but give it a whirl.
Yeah, I'm just. I kind of want to use one of my values to maybe give myself a boost on this one.
Okay, what would the value be?
Lone wolf.
Yeah, you can just buy. You could just buy some dice.
I mean, we do have 4.
Yeah, you have 4. It's good. Remember, they come and they go. You guys are, you'll get some utility rolls.
Yeah, I'll buy 1 dice.
Okay,
One
that just
extra.
takes you down. That just takes you down to 3. It's no big deal.
What we're really going to use it on? The commander doing better jokes? I don't think so.
Yeah.
I
think so.
bloody waste.
I think that's when points of determination are spent. That's when you burn a value.
Yeah, I think we also burn the medical facilities with their resources. Okay, so 3 dice.
3 dice. Just need 2 successes. That's all you need.
I'll definitely take that. Well, I got 3.
All right.
Definitely. That was a. Oh yeah, I needed a 12. I needed at least a 12. And I got a 7, a 6, and a 4. So yeah, I definitely.
Outstanding. All right, you nailed the book. You do gain a point of momentum back, but the phaser, you just crack out the shot. I love that you can just have a tricorder and a phaser in each hand, because that's the Starfleet. Yeah, that's the Starfleet way. We come in peace. Yeah. So the beam lances out. It slams into the book, and it does not appear to affect the book.
Damn.
It is a bit of a what appears to be like a force field. The flame is not just it apparently isn't just for show. It has some kind of a barrier, and at that point, Drew, you come with, who do you want to show up with?
Well, see, I imagine, I'd be in the middle of talking. I would find somebody else.
You can grab Elra if you want.
Whoever was there as I was talking to the first officer. And I'd be like, hey, tell me if this is a good one. Be like, look, I used to be a Starfleet captain, but I just couldn't cling on to the job. Oh! And then the alarm goes off.
Oh!
And he immediately goes over to a panel, starts bringing up the data and everything like that, and then rushes towards the action.
That hurt.
Can I please use all 4 of the momentums to ricochet shots so it hits him in the ass? I swear.
Bouncing shots. I love the idea, but I like the idea that you'd finally decompressed enough from Bajor to let yourself go. After being messed with.
There will still be some flashbacks, but
there will be flashbacks. But yeah. So Commander Morgan,
and as an intelligence officer, I've always got a phaser on me. So.
Yep. Ella might not, but either way, we're going to. You guys round the room. Ella recognizes what the hell's going on, and as you approach the door, there's you hear this unearthly sound. You hear a phaser go off, set on distinctly loud and high power, and that's kind of as you approach the door. So you can wheel in, if you want to do anything before you just pop in there. Do that. I'm not going to have you enter the room until you've made any prep you want.
Oh, I mean, I just want to ready my phaser for aiming as we breach the door.
Yep. You
Take
do
an aim
find
shot.
you do find the door. You do find the door open. Are you going to go high or low?
Low.
Ella's going to yell. You know, you're going to just yell low. She'll yell high,
Yeah.
and that's how you're going to approach the door stacked up. You see Praetor with a phaser pointed straight at Reltalk, and
Not surprised, really, to be honest.
and it's like and clearly nothing has happened after you see no evidence of a phaser strike anywhere in the room. You do see Lieutenant Commander McLaren lying prone on the floor. Seems to be smoking a little bit, but clearly not. But Brator's phaser's not pointed at him, so you're pretty sure it's not him.
Yeah.
You're fairly sure that Brator has held it together for one more day. But yeah, you've both got phasers stacked, and let me see. What would you like to do as you're coming in? I like
I
the
come
book
in.
idea, by the way, Nathaniel.
I hear the phaser fire. I come in. I obviously see Raytor with a phaser in his hands. He's the galaxy's best party crasher. Where there's phaser fire, he's always on the guest list. And come in and try to, like, is there some place I could take cover? Do I need to take cover?
Yeah. If you
Yeah.
want, you can.
Okay.
There's like the standard Starfleet desk, couch, some things like that. Basically, Reldak is kind of in the middle of the room, and you'll notice he's not. His feet don't touch the floor. He's hovering, and on fire,
Yeah, I'll dive behind the desk.
and holding a book that is very, very much intact.
Yeah, I'll dive behind a desk. What are we doing here?
We're shooting the
Raytor.
book.
Okay, well, there we go. I will try to shoot the book.
Okay.
I want to try
on
and sync
full
our
power.
shots.
Like,
Okay, got it. Yeah, there's a what in Trek there'll be like a minor action. There's for purposes of kind of doing stuff. There'll be a talk, a minor, and a major action. And major action's anything that you'd logically assume would consume your turn. Be that movement or whatever. Minor is operate equipment, things like that, or reset a phaser. And then talk is always available to you as an option, and it always goes first. So if you have quips or I don't watch much anime, but it's essentially where they get a whole exposition off in the middle of combat. Between shots, they say, "Well, you don't understand what happened to your gym teacher," that kind of thing. So yeah, the
2
quipping
minutes
is
of conversation in a 6-second turn.
Yeah, absolutely. And as long as it's it's meant as character development, because I think I like it. I'm a Doctor Who fan. I like the way that happens. So yeah, so you guys have got the phasers dialed up. Yeah, coordinating is, I think, what's everybody's security rating? Any chance? Like 2s, 3s? 2?
Well, I'm pretty sure I'm a 5.
You're a 5? Okay.
I'm an intelligence officer.
Yeah, what we're gonna do is use an Ella's a 4. What we're gonna do is have the coordinated attack. Yeah, so let me see. Reltalk does technically get a move. This is kind of weird because it's side by side, but he's only one person, so he gets like 15 moves to your. Every time you guys move, he gets a move, which kind of is ridiculous. So you guys will retain. You guys will get 2 moves to his 1, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So that way, when we trade sides, you guys will go twice, and then we trade sides. Because otherwise, he'd just get inordinate amount of stupid attacks. I think that's in a rule book somewhere, but I'm just gonna do it for fairness. So you come in, you dial up. Brator, you guys get to yell and talk at this point. You clue him in on your plan, because I think he might not know it.
It's
He told
a
me we're
plan.
shooting books.
It's the most logical thing at the time is to shoot the book, and then deal with the problem afterward, and deal with what's going on afterwards. Hopefully, that's the linchpin that's causing this problem. So that's why I'm just basically, I still have my tricorder going on in my other hand, but I'm like, shoot the book.
Told me to shoot the book. I'm going to shoot the book.
Okay. You commented about wanting to coordinate fire, right?
At least, yeah. All three of us fire at one time, continuous shot at the book. Hopefully that beats whatever force field by overwhelming it.
It's just like Ghostbusters, don't cross the streams.
No, it's just like pour on the fuel, and go straight through.
Light a match. Light me a match. Okay, so you guys two. I'm not sure how coordinate fire works.
We all fire at once.
Oh, I know. There's usually like some horrible mechanic for that, but you're all Starfleet trained. You're all grown-ass Starfleet officers. So it's not like shoot at once is a hard thing to do. So you all will I'm going to say technically it means everybody takes their move at the same time. So I'm going to nick you a point of momentum for that, because it does mean that you're generating 4 attacks against one target.
I'm good with that.
Okay. I just want to let you know it's probably more, but I know exactly what you're doing, and it's not abusive, it's not illogical, but there has to be a tiny taste of toll.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you guys fire. Everyone pretty much fires phasers at this point. Oh geez.
Wow.
Oh geez, Rick. Do I actually have a phaser here? I used to. Yeah, that's a good one. The beams lance out. The yellow Nadion pulses like culminate, and they all strike at the book, which is essentially center mass for this guy. They start flaring up really well. You can actually feel the heat wash back as the field fights against the phasers. What I want to do is have everybody roll damage at this point. Yeah, because they never tell you how disintegrate works. Well, they don't. I'm not going to look it up. But everyone's attack is essentially vicious, which is everything is just pure damage. So any damage you guys roll, I don't know what your character sheet should all have that.
Oh, I roll 8. Yeah, it's your security plus 3.
Yep.
Security plus 3, so that's 5.
Yep.
So I still have that D6.
Yeah, that's going to be ugly. Oh yeah, Ella gets to do stuff. She's got a 7. Ah, crap. All I can say is we're just going to see a lot of damage flying around the environment.
Okay, so
let me see. I'm going to do this. Forgive me.
We're re-rolling 5s and 6s, or just 6s? Or
yep, 5s and 6s are effect dice. All right, so she rolls a 6, a 1, a 3, 6, a 3. Oh, yow. And then she's going to roll 2 more dice. It's 5, which is another reroll. 5s and 6s reroll. And then she rerolls again. And she rolls another fucking 5. And then she rolls a 4. Okay, so basically this is just her roll, so I have no idea how you guys are doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so she did 7 points of damage. Ella did 7 points of damage herself. I don't know. Do you guys want to read out your numbers, or do you feel confident?
I got 7 as well.
7 damage as well. Nathaniel,
I got 8.
What?
I got two Starfleets.
No, I'm just like,
so I had to re-roll those.
Got many Starfleets. I got lots of yeah. You got the badge, the effect badge.
Yeah. So those had to be re-rolled. I got a 4 on one of them. I got a 1 on, so it's total of at least 8.
Okay. 14, 21, 22. 22 points of damage, which is just freaking phenomenal. It would overcome any form of resistance and you've just hit this person and blasted them back against the wall. Even though knockback wasn't part of it, dude, this is just how things work. The book flies out of Reltok's hands, and is just as it, they go back, book falls out, and the beams, continue, not the book no longer being in the field. It just falls into the phaser beams, and it's just shredded completely. And Reltok hits the wall, bashes into it, actually leaves a bit of a dent in the Durasteel, which is impressive, and the flames like die down but don't go away.
Instantly over with the tricorder running scans.
I am absolutely going to kick him in the head.
I'm not going to kick him in the head. I'm going to like sensor scan him, make sure he's alive, see if the entity's still there, and then
warning you that there is still flame visible, not as bright, just to make sure. Okay, I just wanted to let you know that you're going to do that anyway.
What's the worst that could happen? You kill me? Oh well.
Yeah. Oh well. Like I'm gonna, but just when I learned to pronounce your name. There goes Cyril. What's his name? Yes, yeah. I like the idea that you have a brother or something named, Brait, and then just keep moving the apostrophe down in your name, which I think would be funny. This is why I'm not allowed to. This is why people don't let me play games.
Yeah. When I said I enjoy a good book with a good shootout, I didn't mean let's have a shootout with an actual book.
Yep.
So is that insight and science again?
Yeah, let's do insight and science. Unless you want to do, science is better than medicine, probably.
And again, I'll use my focus of investigated techniques.
Okay. You'll see whether or not he's hiding documents.
That's a little cocked. Gotta re-roll that one.
Just
I'll take that. It's a lot better.
Nudge it a little. Just nudge it. Well, we could do what we call in Starfleet the mulligan.
So 3 successes.
Here's my America. All right, 3 successes, and 3 successes is pretty damn good. You'll need 1 to go. So were you assessing? What was your basic minimal question? Because that's your 1 point. Just like
is both brainwave still there, or has the other unknown brainwave gone?
Okay. You're still detecting the overlaid brainwaves.
Mm-hmm.
They are they're weaker, as is the life force of Reltok. You're also noticing that in relative strength for the two what you call personalities, Reltok's is going down. It is lower than it was when you first took a scan. Now that's just your 1 point of the 3 total you've got. If you have any other questions, if not, you can bank them. Not a problem.
I'm going to bank them, but I'm going to do something incredibly stupid.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Architects of Fate. This is called. Some would call it being a hero. That's. There's 2 things. Okay, you're down kneeling there. You're taking the scan. Before you do something stupid, I wanted to check and see if Morgan wanted to do anything intelligent or stupid. The scan was kind of a full action.
I mean, Morgan's player wants to sit back and watch Brator do something stupid.
Oh, you can putter around.
I am going to hold my action.
Is there any particular?
Why are we shooting works of literature, Lieutenant?
Yeah, can you? Yeah, I was going to say it does look. It did look like a very ancient. Because what's left of it, there's like a cover there's some smoking fragments, and the smell you get off of it is really, really ancient. I mean, that's something they taught you at the academy, was to smell what a war crime of destruction of cultural artifacts smelled
Oh
like.
yeah, I remember that in Ancient Sense and Visions.
Yeah, ancient sense and visions. It's like the one time that you were allowed to time travel was to smell Alexandria burn, the Library of Alexandria burn. They just brought you a big old bottle of burning Alexandria,
There you
just
go.
to let you know what war crime,
That's my
what
new band name,
crime,
Burning Alexandria.
burning Alexandria. Yep, burning library, which is not a great band name. It's not even. I can't joke about certain things. Oh God. Anyway, I'm gonna be better now.
Going
So
off the rails on a crazy train.
So you've got um is there anything you're particularly prepared to act upon? Like, you're holding an action. Is there any
So the
general
book's
idea of the
destroyed,
action?
but this thing's still in the middle of the room, or
Yeah,
Beltor.
he's shoved up against a wall in a crumple zone. Unlike a Tesla, a Cybertruck, he is the walls on the Starship have a bit of a crumple zone.
Anything else you'd like me to shoot today, Lieutenant?
Well, it's a dumb question. Wait, I need you to tell me. What is it? What sort of action are you kind of holding?
Holding my phaser.
I'm just gonna pop him. Okay.
Phaser, yeah.
All right. Sorry about that. I didn't. I
Kind
was
of
a little
scanning
slow.
the room.
Is there any other flaming guy? Is there another
Yeah.
book? Is there another? Is Winnie the Pooh coming at me? What's happening?
Yeah.
Okay.
Please make sure when you pop the guy, your phaser's on stun.
I'm muzzle flagging everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, you've definitely done the Paramount school of phaser acting. You're flashing everybody. Is it flagging or flashing?
Either one, I think.
Okay, I'd heard something. I didn't. I wanted to make sure I had the right one. But yeah, you're sweeping. You're covering. You're still on disintegrate unless you wish to change it.
No, we'll power
as
down a little bit.
Nathaniel
The book's
pointed
been
out.
destroyed.
Things must be good. Okay. Reltalk is for this round. Not taking a turn because owie. The flames start to die down more, a little less glow. He was at like 60 watts, and now he's at 40 watts. He's hitting nightlight. What do you want to do, Nathaniel? Or what does Brator want to do? Sorry.
As the readings tell me what's happening and Reltalk is dying, I close my eyes, put my hand on his forehead, and use my talent that says "my mind to your might."
No shit. Yeah, that's it's not what I call stupid. It is freaking amazing. No, it is. This is 1,000% Star Trek. By the way, you get a momentum for that.
Yeah. I'm going to basically I still have my tricorder going, which is incredibly stupid. But
yeah, my mind to your mind. What are you doing? Are you looking over the shoulder, like holding the tricorder while you're hugging somebody? That's my impression.
The tricorder is not even registering in my mind. I'm just like fingers on the one side of his head, just start initiating the mind meld. My overall goal is to keep Reltalk alive as possible by either my own mind discipline or using whatever profit, orb experience, mojo I have left to.
Damn, you guys
whatever.
Well, you guys are. You're doing way better shit than I thought of. Congrats.
I recognize this is like Brator trying to help.
No.
Well, you recognize. Well, let's see. Do you think you would recognize a Vulcan mind meld?
I mean, that I would probably right. That I would definitely
you're an intelligence officer,
and I would just be like, Vulcan's doing Vulcan shit.
Yeah, I mean, you just sit there and like the EMH going, oh, and it goes wrong quite often.
Are any of the pages readable?
Not. Give me a second. I will check. I'm trying to
readable.
I feel stupid because like I don't remember stat blocks for characters. Give me just a second. Because why would I start using stat blocks now? Pictures, no. Documents. Yeah, Kolchak. All right, Kolchak, what are you doing to give me that? All right. They don't have, no, part of it is I don't have any advanced rules on mind meld. I'm pretty sure somebody wrote some. But like everything in Star Trek, it depends on the situation. So you're going to put yourself, here's a question. This is going to a different game. And you and I can decide on lore together, because that's what I want to do, because the mind meld is all over the place. And one of them is there's like the really deep sharing, but there's also like mind touch, which is just sort of like, surface thoughts, because the meld really is a meld. So for you to do certain things, you're going to become vulnerable, and I don't want you to do that without foreknowledge. Does that make sense, man?
For me personally, yes, I understand. You don't want me to do a deep dive into his brain, because that could screw me up royally. I understand that.
Yep.
As Brator, I understand the full risks, because my father would have made sure I was fully trained and prepared to do something of this nature.
Yep. Okay. I just wanted to make sure, because if I do something goofy to you, I just want to make sure. There's the things of like, we all have different interpretations of certain things, but yeah, so you're willing. Well, you
yes.
You have the capacity to open yourself up, and then to my mind, it's a degree to which you wish to do it. And you're going to try and essentially reach in to grab Reltalk and bring him out.
Yeah.
And also deal with whatever because you're also going to have to deal with the other entity.
I understand that, and I'm, like I said, I'm 50% sure that both my Klingon side, my Vulcan side, and the orb experience I experienced on Bajor might help me in this.
Yeah, I'm going with storytelling. I'm going with some serious bonuses for storytelling on that one, because I did actually. You all have a trait, orb touch, I think, or orb experience. And if you're not gonna use it now, I don't know when you would.
I mean, I'm definitely using the orb experience.
Damn straight. It's the I like almost like it's a tribute band. At a Saudi meeting. But so what I'm gonna do is shoot. Here's the deal. Your dad had trouble teaching you the mind techniques, because
are you gonna spend threats to make
I'm gonna propose something, and I'm gonna see if you accept it, but I will be willing to spend a threat to do it. I don't see it as a harsh thing, actually, because the way you meld is not going to be typical, because melding is about control, and you have the option of either using control or using daring as a basis for your mind meld.
Damn. Okay.
Which I think you might not be the most daring Klingon fusion.
I am, because I mean, my daring is the highest I have.
Okay.
In my attributes.
Yeah. So what I'm going to say is you get to play fast and loose with your nature. And also, it was a difficult thing for your father to deal with, because it was, even though he'd accepted a Klingon mate, seeing it in your kid, that's a whole different issue. See also father of the decade, Sarek, right? He's happy for the round ears, except when his kid's involved, and then it's a big problem. So he's, he could train you, but you kind of had to make your own path on some of the Vulcan rituals, if that makes sense. So what'll happen is, if you want to use daring, and man, I really dislike this discipline system, because it's like Vulcan mind meld ain't any of that. What I'm going to do is say, take half of your daring as the equivalent of your discipline, if that makes sense, up to a maximum of 5. Because what I'm going to do is, this is my equivalent of a dex or willpower roll. Because it's not engineering, it's not security, it's not science. It might be
It's a little bit of medicine.
It's a little bit of medicine. It's a little bit of command, because command's your charisma and your force of will. But if you want to use daring plus half daring up to 5, you're welcome to use that as your target for mind meld.
So my target would be half of daring would be 6.
Yeah, a maximum of 5 on that, but that's okay.
So
5.
It would be 16 total.
It'd be 16 total. That's not nothing.
True.
But I'm willing to do that instead of using another one of the disciplines. That's what I'm doing for you.
Well, I mean, if I do use the value my mind to your mind, I automatically get a crit. So.
Oh well, I don't give a shit if you automatically get a crit. You also get whatever else you roll.
Yeah, I mean, I'll use the value of my mind to your mind as the value, and I'll just go with daring and
daring half again.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I think that's important, because also that's not something the power rate's ready for.
No.
A pure Vulcan would have been overwhelmed. What happens is you go and do your one-handed grab. Drew, you see Brator jolt physically.
Mm-hmm.
As you've seen, can you tell how many times have you seen a mind meld?
Maybe twice.
Okay. What was it like? What were both of them? Can you give me? I'm really going to put you on the spot because it's a lot more fun this way. When did you see, like, just swiping info on somebody's head? Did you see the confessions of a dying man?
Under
which
they was
circumstances
used as an interrogation technique.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's shitty. It was better than Beta Zeds just sidling up and asking for a drink, and then they just zap you. So you've seen them, and were the prisoners like helpless? Was the Vulcan in control?
Yeah. I'm
gonna make this uncomfortable. I'm sorry.
The Vulcan, they were gently navigating the mental landscape of the prisoner.
Okay.
The subject obviously was, tried to resist at first, but eventually found themselves unable to conceal the truth as the Vulcan logical prowess unraveled the layers of their consciousness.
Okay. So you've seen something where the Vulcan was in control and their hands moved gently across the face.
Yeah.
Pressure adjustments. Time was taken.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, it was definitely
This is literally nothing like
not that.
This is not that. This is very much and not on Brator's part, by the way. This is a very powerful and actively resisting opponent, where you get Brator. You see Brator reach out. He has the tricorder there. Don't know how much we're going to do. Very quickly, Brator forgets about the tricorder, and you see just his mass just freeze solid and jolt, where you see he is clearly locked in some sort of effort. And this is after this creature, whatever it is, has already been hit by heavy phaser disintegrate.
Yeah, I think that, Commander Morgan would call for medical emergency.
Okay. Let me
call the Betazoid. Maybe she can help.
Oh, or he. There's a he Betazoid on this guy. I know we all laugh. Where's my shirt? There we go. But yeah, I like the idea that's like call the Betazoid and everybody just snickers. It's like you just want to call the bully in and ask him to do kung fu. So what but you do recognize that Praetor is being jolted now. And I don't know under which circumstances you'll use your phaser if necessary. On who, I don't know, which is kind of funny. Elra looks over and says, "Is this a Tuesday for you guys?"
I just
And she goes over to she's going over to check McLaren's vitals. By the way, as she does this.
I'll order her to go tend to
Well, she's the first officer, so you ain't ordering her to do crap.
Oh, is that who it is? Okay.
She's the first officer, and that's why she was like talking to you about briefing and stuff.
Gotcha.
You're advising her.
Yeah, you well, she's gonna go and do it. I'll tend to have NPCs do stuff, but if you want them to feel the spirit move them, because I didn't make it clear that I didn't make it clear that she was a lieutenant or was a commander. Sorry. But if you guys want me to shuffle around NPCs to do stuff, but not necessarily make it an order, I'll do that happily.
I would recommend to the commander, my fellow commander, that she get McLaren to sick bay.
Yeah, she was pulling him up. Actually, she sits down and says, your man's fine. I got some issues here. She's watching what Praetor is doing. She also, she obviously recognized the Vulcan mind meld. Did she see your ears, do you think?
No, I would say probably not.
We got some weird Klingon thing going, is what she's thinking now.
Not unless the interaction between myself and the Paw Wraith is actually blowing my hair back. Like one of those shampoo commercials.
I'm sorry. Like what commercial? Sorry.
Like any of those Head and Shoulders commercials, the hair is just blowing in the wind.
I was thinking, a romance novel has happened. Nothing's. It wouldn't be out of the ordinary, and you'd been roughing around. Let's do this. I'm gonna roll dice. Evens or odds, Nathaniel? Evens.
Odds.
If it matches, then the hair blows back and we do it. All right, odds. So your hair blows back. She gets to at least see some revelation that you have, like, oh, okay, so it's like that. So she recognizes that you're not reverting to savagery, which, honestly, to be honest, the worst they have to do is yell "stand down" a lot. So she sees you. She sees the mind meld going on. She's calling for medical backup. That's her move. And at this point, sorry.
I'm like, wow, she's the first officer. She would have read my profile.
She kind of would have read that. Oh, why do you make me go through convolutions when you could have said, she's read my jacket?
It would have been rude to interrupt the wonderful plot that you took the time and the effort to put into this. Wouldn't want to rob you of that little there. That
few grams of creativity I have left in my soul.
Yeah,
that's how this goes. Okay, I see how this is going to go. Oh, by the way, Nathaniel, you have what's called an architect chip now. Put that on your character sheet as Nathaniel, not as any character. What that does is it allows you to port to any game whose GM accepts it a critical success.
Okay.
See if Good Devil takes it, because I think it will be hilarious. I'm pushing it because it means that you, and we're going to do that with any other game we have. If you, as a player, did a cool thing, and therefore you as a player get rewarded, and that reward can move around because we all play in each other's games, we all enjoy each other's stories, and so and referees only can do this, not players. Or not audience. Audience can't do that.
Yeah, thank you for reminding me. I have a question for Good Devil for our next Wednesday game. So,
yeah, but see if Good Devil accepts it. I think he will in the spirit in which it's intended, and the idea is that it lets everybody. It makes it worth following players. And Nat Too Shabby is listening in and just banging his head on the desk, saying, "Why you didn't ask for help on this?" But it makes it different. It makes it fun because we were always talking about having characters crossover, and if we can't have characters, we got players. Drew, wouldn't you like it to be if you got to play other games? You can play other games.
So yeah, I'm gonna do like.
I work full time and I'm a full time college student right now,
Come on,
man.
let's go. What?
I'm in this and one other game.
That leaves you an hour of sleep. Come on,
right?
You don't need the whole hour.
And this is finals week too.
Well, aren't you a dad? You're a parent, but
yeah, but my youngest is 19. She's they're all off in college.
No, that's when that's when it's horrible.
That's when it's the easiest.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I'm doing it wrong. I'm sorry. You wanted to come back to an actual game. Yes.
Yeah.
What's up?
Oh, hey, Nat.
That's right. You're about to have a spotlight moment. You tell me about your spotlight moment.
So yeah, I'm going like full deep dive into his subconscious to actually bring Reltech back. I'm going to be facing some sort of inner demon, but I am
God, yes.
Basically, yeah.
You got some inner demons coming up. Do we want to have an actual fight scene, or do we want to just talk it through?
I think we have so much extra momentum from that. Because let me just make it this way. My role was with my popping my value.
Yeah.
Of 2 successes. Tack on 2 more successes, so that makes 4. With our current dice pool, that leaves me. I don't know what the difficulty was on this.
Well, what I was going to do was a series of things. So that's okay. Your initial kind of will give you your pile of momentum to go in.
Yeah.
And what I'm going to see is what you had 2 successes from just invoking. That's just from invoking your thingy, right? Correct.
Yeah.
Because that's automatic critical and 2 successes. Oh, you didn't get any crits off of that?
No, I rolled 2, a 5 and a 7. My target was 16.
5 is a crit.
Cool.
When you're doing mind to your mind or whatever, any Vulcan bougie, any mind discipline, I'm going to automatically count that as a focus, even though you don't have it down.
So then 5 successes total.
So you have 5 successes. I just wanted to make sure because this is going to be challenging because you're kind of fighting a god. You don't know that, but you know that as a player, you know how that's going to go. What I want to do is
it should be fun.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. Do you want to do the mindscape? Hey, Drew, how you feeling about being a bad guy?
Yeah, whatever.
Feeling bad? Feeling like a jerk?
I can do that.
Oh, I like the ice planet. Do that. You got that? Good. Gonna put this as a trait. Its trait is mind meld. Mind meld hell. Okay. So, Tor, you're gonna be here. We're gonna go with basically like Dreamscape kind of rules, if that makes sense to you. And I hope I understand how it works because I'm just gonna kind of yes and almost all your shit. Drew, what do you think the Pa Wraith would manifest as? Because I don't have any ideas. Like what kind of creatures would a Pa Wraith throw? Because basically Praetor is going to be like trying to rescue a person who is like freezing to death.
Yeah, I'm
gonna go that way.
It would be like some kind of shadowy figure, like wreathed in like swirling flames.
Okay, what I'm gonna do is put Reltalk over here. We're going to make him teeny tiny with, even though I didn't make his freaking text teeny tiny. Boop, 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 boop.
As it moves, it kind of leaves like flickering embers in its wake.
Okay. On an ice plane, and we'll do it.
Yeah, why not?
Well, part of it is like the JJ verse. Somebody changed the script about halfway through. Okay. Well, why do you know? Give me a second to.
I mean, instead of flames, it could be shimmering with like some kind of ethereal frost. There you go.
Well, you make Wikipedia sad. Wikipedia is very sad now. Flame Demon Simulator.
Whatever.
Okay, let's bring up what kind of. Oh yeah. Let me see. This one looks like it has something coming out of its privates.
That's the one we want.
Oh, I like this better.
It's a family show.
It's a family show. It's PG. I'm gonna do this. Still terrible. That's not terrible. Okay.
Like Ghost Rider.
Yeah, I like it, and it's got a bit of a Japanese vibe to it. It will be the Burning Ice, right? Monsters of the Burning Ice. But all of them are going to speak with the same voice. It's the same creature. And it is literally filled with hate and rage. And I looked up the Pa-Wraith, and they are a really disappointing villain. So, Drew, I'm going to hand you a disappointing villain with no motivation other than to just fucking destroy the universe.
Okay.
And are you in chat? Can you see chat in Skype?
Yep.
All right. I'm going to send you a message. And it doesn't involve me slapping you in the head like I do with people who I want to send another message to. Are you seeing stuff just to you?
Oh. No.
Okay, I'm sending you messages in Skype itself.
Yeah.
That kind of sucks.
Send it to Discord.
You have Discord? Okay, well, we're just going to use the technology that's not as flawed. Nathaniel, I'm very sorry about that. I'm just going to keep some stuff from you.
Hi, Nat. How are you doing today?
How's Nat doing? Nat's doing okay too, I hope. He just hit his computer with a hammer and now it works.
Oh, okay, there we go. Okay.
Did you find it?
Yep.
I don't think you and I are friends on. Oh, there you are. I'm just going to replay. I'm going to repost those into Disco. All right. So you have certain objectives.
Mm-hmm.
And this is because I'm too lazy to be a good DM. Okay, Nathaniel, you're going to use, if you want to use security and daring as your attacks, what's your base to hit on that? What's your score on security and daring?
You said that,
total
right?
is 13.
13. Okay. Drew, your base to hits are your basic attacks, physical, are 13. Nathaniel, you are not limited to physical attacks because you're in a mindscape and you recognize that fact. You can spend momentum to create objects or situations. The more bending away from the hellscape, the more it costs. But I'm going to say they top out maybe 2 or 3. Does that help?
Slightly.
Because you recognize where you initiated the meld. You recognize where you are, why you are, what you are. You have obviously the creature has physical combat in mind. It may also do your mama jokes. I don't know. I don't know what the psychological attacks will be, but they are standing between you and that. I will warn you, if you do lose, you may lose yourself to the creature. Just give me some stakes, just little stakes, stakey stakes. And
yeah, when you cook my medium rare, please. So it's nice and tender on the inside.
Yeah, these are rare steaks. These are the rarest of steaks. Yeah, Commander Morgan and Elora Thorne both recognize that you've also seen Commander Morgan. You have never seen a mind meld go sideways. Ella, however, has. So she's seen stuff where people don't disengage, not cleanly, and so she sees these as much more risky than I think you may, because you've never seen one go bad. Okay, so Tuvok. Sorry, Praetor. No, this is Tuvok did this all the time. They seem to just enjoy reveling and messing with his mind melds.
Yeah, Tuvok and Spock were the two biggest mind melders in the Star Trek era.
Rock, tree, bush, robot, probe.
Yeah, whatever.
He just did it all. Okay, so there are, you're there. We're just going to do this as a good old fashioned defensive line, arrayed against you to reach Rel. A Rel talk.
Okay. My first
move. Yep.
My first thing is, how big are these creatures? A lot bigger than me. Size comparison, a betrayer. Betrayer, like one of those giant heads from D&D.
I hate to say it. Oh, Beholder.
Beholder, yeah, that's it.
That's it. They're gonna be like let's go with 6 foot tall heads. Well, how tall are you? I want to make them physically bigger than you, so like 8 foot tall.
That's all I needed. Heads.
Yeah. They're bigger than you. They're not freaking overwhelmingly bigger than you, but they are definitely massive and a threat. When they speak, they'll either speak in unison or they'll speak one voice at a time because it looks cool in the comics. At this point, I need to shut up and let Drew do things.
That's fine.
Because he's got a hate-filled creature that has certain objectives.
Okay.
I have no idea how that will work. Also, Drew, you can do things in and out of the dreamscape. And you have to roll over the course of this, you have to roll a total of 8 on a 6-sided die. Every round you'll roll a 6-sided die, and when you get to 8, you can do something what I would call physical.
8 total, okay. Gotcha.
8 total. Sorry, Drew, or Nathaniel. I'm just setting up. I'm setting up a little bit of in world, out world challenge.
Setting up our next session. We only got 5 minutes left.
What? You guys have kept me talking and used up all of my skill. All right. Yes.
So since it's still me,
yes.
As the final scene,
we can stop here too, like with a.
I look around the dreamscape. Do like the whole okay. I see what is the overall objective. I see these creatures that are blocking my path. And then as the camera comes into full view of my face and say, let the minds begin.
And then do you want to call for the evening?
Yeah.
Okay.
It gives Scott at least a week, 2 weeks, or however much longer to come up with a evil persona.
This is like the 20.
Nice.
Yeah, we won't
4
be playing
weeks.
until like
Friends.
2024.
4 weeks.
4 weeks, but that is okay. By the way, you're also welcome to join in Cookie Trek on the Monday slot that we'll be not doing.
Wife and I will be up in Albany, New York, so she can
Well,
play.
the best part is Cookie Trek. She can do that while she's playing Scrabble, right?
Probably not.
Is it streamed? By the way, is the Scrabble session streamed?
I don't know if this one will be streamed or not. I'll ask her.
Would you, if that happens, would you do something? We'll see if we can maybe do a live stream or something in support, because I think it would be fun. Because
now, she goes to the Nationals every year. I know that'll be streamed. So.
Okay.
I mean, anybody can pull out a camera and just record what happens.
Yeah.
Yep. So what I'm gonna do is, just no one knows. Oh man, this is.
Thank you, viewers, for tuning in. Appreciate you always being here.
Thank you, everybody.
Yep. What I want to say is,
we get off the rails.
Yeah, broadcast. Are we? Do we have a? Do we have a raid broadcast? Or broadcast may have fallen asleep. It's been a rough week for broadcast. You got a raid? Okay. What I want to do is say, hey, thanks everybody. Like the rest of the cast said, thank you so much for joining. I did not check any chat. I have no idea if we had redeems. But there is a lot going on here at Architects of Fate. It still counts as a point. Tuesday at 7 p.m. Conan Adventures in an Ancient Dreamed Of. Probably something to do with Squid. But what I want to do is say, check the Discord for possible alerts. Wednesday, Adenia Season 3, maybe? We've been on a hiatus for a long time. So let's tune in and see what's happening in Adenia. Thursday, the Evil League of Evil. Once again, everyone is still questing to rescue Ralph Nader. And will our fledgling villains actually graduate to greater villainy? And then finally, why don't I have... That's Cookie Trek's outro. I need the other one. I need BMB. Sorry about that. I've got different outros that I should have. And then for Friday, home. iDrive. There we go. Star Trek Adventures. Boy, everything's falling apart suddenly. Outro, Bajor Rising. Sunday, Tomb of Annihilation. Friday, Cookie Trek. Seal the Deal. Why does a new love interest have one of the crew want to eat self-stealing symbols? And why are the crew of the USS Fan Service reliving alien memories? We don't know. But on Friday, you can help Simon Takat and Rufus the Robot figure out why by writing a new Star Trek story on Seal the Deal with Cookie Trek. Are we done?
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah, it switched.
But we didn't even get to the 75th roll.